Yo, what's good guys, it's Retro Draft. Hopefully everyone's doing well, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel, and also happy Pokemon Day 2022 to everyone. Today marks the 26th anniversary of when Pokemon Red and Green were first released in Japan on February 27th, 1996. It's crazy that 26 years has already gone by since the initial release, and a lot has happened over the past 26 years. So I thought it would be fun to count down from the most current generation of Gen 8, which is in Galar, and all the way back to Gen 1 in Kanto. So I'll be doing that by showing you guys the different Pikachu celebration plushies that released at the Pokemon Center. I think it was like every month or so, along with their respective first partner packs that coincides with it. So this is Gen 1 along with the Gen 1 partner pack. So hopefully you guys understand that, and I also have this jumbo card binder ready to slot the cards in as we count down. I also put in the Pikachu promo that comes along with it right here to kind of match the Gen 1 starters as well. And I have this little post-it right here to denote when we can start counting down from Gen 8. So yeah, so I have all the partner packs. I believe there's 8 plushies for each generation along with 8 of these, so let's get right into it. So let's first start off with the Pikachu plushies. So this is Gen 8, which is Galar, and the protagonists are Victor and Gloria in their respective uniforms as well. So Victor is rocking like a red polo, while Gloria is rocking a like gray sweater with like a pink shirt underneath. They have their little duffel bags as well. And for the females, they always have a curved tail, while the males have a straight tail. They're rocking a beanie and like this beret, I have no idea, but then I thought this was a very good representation of Victor and Gloria for Gen 8. So we're starting off with the Pikachu plushies, and let's get into our first partner pack of Galar. So in this pack we get the Voltage and Sun and Moon, and let's take a quick look at the jumbo card. So we have Grookey with the little 25th anniversary stamp right there. We see Score Bunny as well, along with Sabo, which personally out of the 3, this is my favorite art style. It is done by Mizue, but yeah, so we have the 3 Galar starters, Grookey, Score Bunny, and Sabo. And let's get right into the pack. So hoping for a amazing rare, but let's start with the Sun and Moon first. So here's a code card for you guys. Let's do the code trick and just blaze through these packs because we have a ton to go through. So Dark, Lily, Herdier, Crushing Hammer, Togedemaru, Alolan Grimer, a Fomantis, Cosmog, Roggenrola, a Lima Reverse, and a Stoutland, so non-hollow, which is expected from these kind of packs. And next is the Voltage. Here's a code for you guys. Let's do the pack trick. Maybe I shouldn't do the pack trick just because of the time, but we have a Leaf, Ferrothorn, Carolus, a Dusclops, Mudbray, Poochyena, Charmander, Chatot, Joltik, Zekrom Reverse, and a Vaporeon non-hollow, but still love this artwork of Vaporeon nonetheless. So yeah, that is Gen 8. Now let's move on to Gen 7. Next we have Gen 7, which is the Alola region, which is heavily inspired by Hawaii. So we have Elio and Celine right here in their respective uniforms as well, which is basically like the playable characters that you can do, the male and female. So we have him in like the sailor t-shirt along with a little I guess hat, just a regular hat. And Celine is actually wearing like this beanie with a flower on top, and she's wearing like a little blouse or something. They each have their respective bags, which I think is really cool. It's definitely an added touch to include their bags along with them, so I think that's really cool. And these were bought from the Pokemon Center, as you can see by these tags. But yeah, these plushies are so soft. Really happy that I was able to get one of each from each generation, so there we have that. And next is getting to the first partner pack, which features Rowlet, Litten, and Poplio. So this pack features a Sun and Moon and a Battle Styles, but let's look at the jumbo cards. So we see Rowlet right there. All of these jumbo cards are going to have this 25th anniversary logo stamped on. So we have Rowlet by Arita, we have a Litten by Mizutani, hopefully I'm pronouncing their names right, and we have a Poplio by Match. So a very simple name, but we have all 3 jumbo cards right there. I love these because I feel like you can get a closer look at the card compared to something this small to like move it up to the camera and stuff. But I love these. It's a great way. Unfortunately, they're not as collectible, but I think it's a great way to just see the artwork of it. So I think that was a good part on Pokemon. And let's get into the packs. So let's get into Sun and Moon first. Actually, no, let's get into Battle Styles because I think Sun and Moon definitely represents the Alola region. So let's do that. So here is a code card that we're spoiled by. So we know we're not getting a hit in this pack. But for this one, we have a Lightning Energy, Tool Jammer, Purugly, Kevin Durant, I would say KD, a Electabuzz, Lickitung, Cherubi, Corsi, a Murkrow, a Dottler Reverse, and a Electivire non-holo, which is par for the course. I'm not really expecting any hits from these first partner packs because, yeah, I feel like the English TCG wouldn't really give you stuff for free in a way. Like, they wouldn't just give you free hits, so you kind of have to work for it, and by work for it, I mean just spend more money. But moving on to this pack, we have a Grass Energy, a Wishiwashi, Rare Candy, Araquanid, Spearow, a Psyduck, Eevee, Pikipek, Alola Meowth, a DCE Reverse, and a Crocodile. So we have our first hit from these series of first partner packs, so very nice. And let's move on to Gen 6. So next we have Gen 6, as I mentioned, and that is the Kalos region, and the protagonist for this area is Kalem and Serena. So unfortunately, I never really played this region. X, Y, and Black and White, I think, are the two generations that I kind of have no idea about. In terms of Pokemon knowledge, I have no idea what Pokemon are in these generations, but we see them in their respective uniforms. Can't really say much. Do they have any bags? I think they do. So Cerulean has a purse, and he has like a little crossbody bag as well. So not much to say, but as always, these plushies are super soft, so great addition to the collection. And we also have our first partner pack right here. So for the Kalos region, it was Chespin, Fennekin, and Froakie for the starters. And this one features Sun, Moon, and Battle Styles as well. And for those that don't know, these artworks for these Pokemon are their first appearances, quote unquote. So it is the first ever iteration of, I guess, when they appeared on the TCG card, which is why they chose these specific artworks. So we have Chespin right there. I feel like they're done all by the same person, yeah. So 5-band graphics, or Koban, I think. But Fennekin right there as well. And can't forget our Frog Boy Froakie. And these are actually promo cards, which I didn't know. So X, Y, 1, 2, and 3. So these are the 3 starters of the Kalos region, basically X and Y, Gen 6. And now let's get into our packs. So let's start off with Sun and Moon. So we have the code card right there. Let's do our Sun and Moon is 3, I think. I think I messed that up. But we have a Pyukumuku, DCE, Gramble, a Makuhita, Fearow, Grubbin, a Drowsy, Crab Brawler, Dartrix Reverse, and a Toxapex Hollow. And behind it we have our Energy. But okay, so I think the Sun and Moon packs, we're actually getting a hit, which is kind of cool. And let's get into our Battle Styles pack. So here is another code card for which we're spoiled. And since we know the card, let's just actually get into it. So we have a Gligar, Baltoy, Electabuzz, Honedge, Tepig, Timber Reverse. Okay, I'm so confused. That was a green code, but we actually got a hit. So we have a Meowsticks Hollow, a Energy, Bruxish, a Single Strike Scroll, and a Grumpig by Komiya. Very nice way to end that pack. Do wish to play Gen 6 a little bit more, especially the XY games, but that'll be later in the road, so let's move on to the next generation. Next we have Gen 5, which represents Black and White, Black 2, White 2 as well, and this is the Unova region, I believe. And as I mentioned before, I didn't really play this version as well, or this generation growing up. I think this was kind of like the middle period of me, where I thought Pokemon was a little too cool, so I just decided not to play it. But these characters represent Hilda, no, not Hilda, Hilbert and Hilda, respectively. And I believe Black 2, White 2, they had Nate and Rosa. But yeah, so for regular Black and White, we have these characters right here. I guess he's rocking a little jacket. They both have, I guess, little dad hats as well, so which I think is pretty cool. And Hilda, sorry, is just rocking a jacket and stuff. And they have their little bags as well, which I think is included in every, I guess, pair, so I think that's really cool. So we have the Pikachu plushie right there. And we have our first partner pack, which features Tepig, Snivy, and Oshawott. Oshawott was featured in Legends Arceus as a starter. And again, unfortunately, we're getting Sun and Moon and Battle Styles. It would have been cool, or I guess it would have been impossible per se, but it would have been interesting if they included like some, like I guess, mini pack or something like that represented the generation. So I guess like black and white era packs or something, or like cards from that generation, but maybe that's just asking for a little bit too much. But starting off, we have a Snivy, and this is done by Ken Sugimori. We have a Tepig, another one by Sugimori, and Oshawott, Ken Sugimori as well. As you can tell by their stock images, along with just a generic background, so can't complain. Ken Sugimori is a GOAT, but I think his older works were definitely much better than the most recent. And again, I mentioned it's Sun and Moon battle styles, so let's get right into it. So here is a code card for you guys, and so it's going to be 4. So I think 3 was back in XY, so I doubt we're going to get any XY packs. But we have a Fire, a Torracat, Crushing Hammer, Poliwhirl, Fearow, Paris, Lillipup, Bound Sweet, Dewpider, a Pelipper Reverse, and a Hariyama non-holo. And moving on to battle styles. And here is a code card. So it is a white code card, so hopefully we can get something good. And let's turn that around. We have a Dark Energy, a Heatmore, Haunch Crow, Camping Gear, Zubat by Ito, Lickitung, Yamper, Scatterbug, Galarian Mr. Mime, a Luxray, really like this artwork, and a Rapid Strike Urshifu V. So we actually got a V card, which is considered a super rare or something, but for me, I just consider it a bulk holo. So yeah, so that is Gen 6, and we're halfway done, so let's get into, I guess, the more, nostalgic generations, starting with Gen 4. So now we're down to Gen 4, which is halfway in our countdown, and these guys are Lucas and Dawn from Gen 4, basically Diamond, Pearl, and also Platinum, I guess. But I guess for this generation, the climate is a little bit colder, so they're both rocking some scarves. They do have some backpacks, the yellow backpack as well. So yeah, we have the Gen 4 Sinnoh Pikachu plushies from the Pokemon Center, as you can see by the tag right here. But yeah, so we have the plushies right here, and let's get into our first partner pack featuring Turtwig, Chimchar, and a Piplup. And this generation was a generation that I slowly got into, I think mostly because of the remakes that came out recently. So I think because of the remakes, I've slowly become accustomed to this generation, because I stopped at Gen 3, it came back in Gen 7. But I think the remakes is definitely helping me learn about the region, learn about the generation and everything, so I think that's pretty cool. So we have a Turtwig, this is done by Sugimori as well. We have a Chimchar by Sugimori, and last but not least, another Piplup by Sugimori. So these are their first appearances. I believe it's just Diamond and Pearl base in terms of like the set that they came out of. So we have the jumbo cards there with the 25th stamp as always. And for this one, we're switching it up a bit. We have Chilling Reign and Sun and Moon. So hopefully we can get another hit from these packs. So we have a code card for you guys, card trick, and flipping it around, we have a Fire Energy, Gramble, Metapod, Lily, Dratini, Cutiefly, Chinchou, Morlul, Skarmory, Reverse Torkoal, and another Hariyama, which is kind of, I guess, not what we wanted to expect. And now we're getting into Chilling Reign, so we have a white code, which is a good sign. And let's do our card trick and flip it around. We have a Metal, Clara, Flaffy by Sui, love that art, Avery as well, Sobble, Hatena, Cubfu, Ghastly, Castform Snowy Form, Quillfish Reverse, and a Dugtrio non-holo. So yeah, we're just gonna be continually counting down, so let's move on to Gen 3, which is the Hoenn region, and these guys represent Brendan and May from Gen 3. So we see his classic, I don't know what you call it, is it like a beanie or like a headband? But we see him rocking his headband, and we have May as well rocking like a ribbon or like a bandana or something. But yeah, so I did this in a recent video that I did in a mail day, so they're rocking their bags as well. So yeah, love the color scheme of like their uniforms, like the orange definitely like helps them stand out, the orange and black. And Gen 3 was actually the last game that I played before I got back into Pokemon. So like, you know, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Emerald was such a good game. I do need to get a copy of it, I guess complete and boxed, but that'll be for a future video. But we have these Pikachu plushies, and yeah, love these plushies. I'm very glad that they did like a little countdown of these as well. So yeah, very happy to pick this up. I think they're still available on the Pokemon Center website, so definitely check. So we have the plushies. And of course, we do have the first partner packs featuring Trico, Torchic, and Mudkip. So let's get right into it. And for this pack, we do get a Sword and Shield and a Chilling Reign. So Sword and Shield, I'm not complaining at all. So we do have the jumbo cards right here, and these are from Ruby and Sapphire base. So we have Mudkip, which is done by Arita, very nice. A Trico, which is the classic Sugimori stock image, and we have a Torchic done by Koiki Saito, so very notable artists for these. And yeah, so there we have it. We have the 3 starters from Ruby and Sapphire base, which was basically like the first set of Gen 3, the EX era. So let's put this up right here, and let's actually save the Sword and Shield for last and get into Chilling Reign first. As I mentioned earlier, by no means am I expecting anything crazy from these packs, because I mean it's just 2 booster packs, it's modern, so can't really expect much honestly. But let's just go through these packs. Sorry about the focus, but Porygon, Heracross, Sobble, Training, Inkay, single scroll of Piercing, and a Gallade with the Spider Lily flowers around it, along with a Sword and Shield pack. Alright, so we have Sword and Shield, which is basically when I started to get serious with like collecting, like around Gen 7, or no, Gen 8 rather. So we have a Lightning, Pokemon Center Lady, Duck Trio. I think this artwork is hilarious, how like they're kind of like startled by these guys right here. A Salazzle by Kumiya, Ferrocy, Mori, Roselia Salsa, all these crazy artists. Rhyhorn, a Sobble, Grookey, Roserade Reverse, and a Cloyster non-hollow. Love the artwork though, very cool. So we're slowly winding down, so after Gen 3 comes Gen 2, which is the Johto region. I love Johto Gen 2, everything about it so much. It is just so nostalgic for me. As you can see, we have all 3 games. We have Silver, Gold, and can't forget about my Crystal version, one of my prized possessions in my collection. And yeah, so these guys are Ethan and Lyra, basically Gold and I guess Crystal. I guess it was like Gold and Chris, I believe. Forgot the names, but then I know it's Ethan and Lyra for like the more modern, I guess, protagonist names. I think one thing that was kind of cool was like his hat kind of looked like the Ultra Ball, like the black and yellow. And we have Lyra right here, basically representing Super Mario in a way, with like the red and blue tights and everything. Love Gen 2. As I mentioned, I can't say it enough, Johto is just super nostalgic for me. So yeah, so we have Ethan and Lyra. And as always, we gotta get into our first partner packs. We have Chikorita, Cyndaquil, and Totodile. And let's see what packs come inside. Oh, it's already opened, I guess. We have the jumbo cards and the packs. So oh wow, that's actually very surprising. We actually get Evolving Skies and Sword and Shield. So definitely saving the Evolving Skies for last. But let's take a quick look at the jumbo cards. And man, seeing this in person, or not in person, like, you know, as a jumbo version, because Neo Gen, I have a complete Neo Gen binder, but seeing this in jumbo form is very odd in a way. It's because it's like modern, but it has the Pokemon 25th stamp right there. So we have Chikorita done by Sugimori. We have, almost skipped it, a Totodile done by Sugimori as well. Oh, just kidding. It is done by Yoshida, so thought it was a Sugimori art, but love this artwork of Totodile. But we have to give it up to Cyndaquil. It is also done by Yoshida, but another Shinichi Yoshida, who does this artwork of Cyndaquil. I think it's so cute, and like someone's like bedroom or something. But yeah, so we have basically all 3 of the starters from Neo Genesis, as you can see by the double star symbol right there. Love this era so much. Can't say it enough. I'm like gushing over Gen 2. So we have Sword and Shield and Evolving Skies. So let's see if we can get anything from these 2 packs. If we can get a hit from the Evolving Skies, that will be crazy epic. But we have a Dark Energy, Hop, Pokegear 3.0, Sudowoodo with another one just chilling right behind it, Krabby, Zigzagoon, Gossifleur, Silicobra, Yamper, Hyper Potion Reverse, and another Cloyster. So back-to-back Cloyster hits. And let's get into Evolving Skies. Okay, so that one took a little bit more force to open, but hopefully that means we can get a potential hit. So let's see, so we have a Grass Energy, Vigoroth, Treasure Energy, Ribbon Badge, Eevee, Timpole, Cutie Fly, Applin, Sableye, a Zuelios reverse, and a Lilligant non-holo. So unfortunately not. And last but not least, where it all started, which is Kanto Gen 1, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Charmander, red and blue or red and green. We also have, I guess, Let's Go, Pikachu, and Eevee to kind of give a modern shout out to, I guess, the remakes of it. But for these guys, these are the protagonists from Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, and I believe their names are Chase and Elaine. I had to look it up, but I mean, I'm just so used to like calling these guys like red and green or red and blue and stuff because that was just what we grew up with. But yeah, so these guys are more of the modern take of, I guess, the male and female protagonists. What I'm used to is basically red and green and blue, so hopefully that kind of shows you a generational difference of, you know, what kids grow up with now compared to what I grew up with when I was a kid. So I think it's very cool how Pokemon can be a multi-generational thing where something that I grew up with back then is something that some other kid could have grown up with nowadays, you know, with this game. Like if you compare these two games, in a sense they're the same, but then obviously this one had, I guess, 8-bit graphics, you know, 16-bit graphics, where this is like played on the Switch. So definitely a different time and different, I guess, you know, just era in terms of the differences. But this one was purchased by the Pokemon Center, so as I mentioned, I think these are still available at the Pokemon Center, so please go check to see if they have it. But love these, love adding this to the collection. I do have multiple copies, or not copies, I guess copies, I don't know. I have multiple of these plushies, so very happy to just add it to the collection. And now let's get into our last first partner pack. This one is where it started it all. So we have Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle. And oh man, it's so weird seeing these guys in jumbo form. But we do have right here, so we have Squirtle right there with the classic artwork, him like shooting out bubbles. This is done by Arita. We have Bulbasaur. I think this Bulbasaur is one of my favorite artworks of Bulbasaur. I just love him just like shooting the leech seed out of his like sprout and everything, or his bulb rather. So this is done by Arita as well. I think all three of them. So we have Charmander. I think his tail just accidentally lit that brush on fire, or the grass. So yeah, love these artworks so much. And it's honestly really cool how it's done in a jumbo form. So for those that like collecting jumbo cards, I think this is right up your alley. And we are ending this one off with a Sword and Shield and a Evolving Skies as well. So for the Sword and Shield pack, there is a code, and let's do the card trick and flip it around. We have a Psychic, Drizzile, Team Yell Grunt, Energy Search, Krogunk, Shelder, Wooloo, Sinnoh, a Pikachu, Kingler Reverse, and a Grapploct. So as I mentioned, can't really look forward to these packs at all. I mean, one, they're modern, but two, like in these like collection boxes or like these packages where like they kind of just like throw the packs in there, you can't really expect to get anything because you just end up disappointed every single time. So this one we have a Lightning, Crustle by Sao, Switching Cups, Elemental Badge, Carvanha, Dwebble, a Mareep, Drowsy, Scraggy, Fletch in the Reverse, and a Pinsir to end it off. So what I'm going to do now is actually slot these cards, or these jumbo cards, in the binders and just showcase it. So give me a few seconds. Alright, so we have all the jumbo cards filled up, so let's just go through this one by one. So hopefully the glare isn't too bad, but we're just going to slowly just page through it, starting with Gen 1 with Bulbasaur, Squirtle, Charmander. We also have the Pikachu promo, which was given out whenever you bought these jumbo binders, I guess. Moving on to Gen 2, my favorite generation. Gen 3, a Ruby and Sapphire. Moving on to Gen 4, which was Diamond and Pearl, just base. And then moving on to Gen 5, Gen 6, and we're getting into Gen 7, which is Alola. And last but not least, we're getting into Gen 8, which finishes off right here. And also, let me actually show you guys all of the different plushies, because there are 8 different plushies, one representing each generation, so hopefully everything fits. But yeah, so let's do that, right? So we have all these plushies here. There's 8 total, one for each generation. But yeah, that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. It was pretty long, but hopefully you guys did enjoy it. If you guys want to go to each separate, I guess, generation, I'll leave it in the timestamps below. But yeah, that is it. It was pretty fun opening this. I mean, as I mentioned, like for these packs, I wasn't expecting much. So despite the packs, hopefully you guys did, I guess, enjoy seeing these plushies and also the jumbo cards that kind of corresponded with it. There is a Nintendo Direct scheduled for today as well. I don't know what time. I think it's in the morning relatively. So I will be, I guess, doing a live stream reaction. Probably sometime in the afternoon or later at night. But if anything, I might be uploading a reaction video. So stay tuned for that. If not, I'll just, I mean, you guys won't see it. If you guys want more content like this, please like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And yeah, that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.